Hi everybody, this is C-Cat or Crystal Cat 73, depending on when I go on my socials. And today I'm going to be doing a dollar store coloring book. I'm not setting my expectations high because, it is from the dollar store. But this is what it looks like on the outside. And the reason I'm not setting my expectations high is because of the paper. It's not going to be very good quality, and I can show that by putting a flashlight through there. I don't know if you can see, but the light shines through a lot more brightly. Whereas with a more pricey one, like a more expensive one, I don't know if you can see, but it does not shine through as brightly as it does with the dollar store one. And I've got a feeling the paper is going to be really hard to work with, but I don't know. And this is the picture I'm going to be doing today. We'll see what happens. But we'll start off with dark pink, I suppose. Or the color here is Orchard. I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of go with it and go do it. I might have some color nearby. I might just kind of grab some from there. But this is not, color is not sticking to the paper all that great. I can already tell that just by doing it right now. And there is a lot going on with this paper. And if you do hear me pause it, it is because I am playing royalty-free music. So that's the main reason that if I'm pausing it and we get copyright free. I'm just winging it right now. I have to press really hard to get this into the paper, but I'm pretty sure you can't press too hard because if you do, it'll rip through the paper. And that might be the pencils and it might be the paper. I'm not sure, but I might do this flower blue, so I might have to get some blues in there. Kind of reminds me of a flamingo. I don't think it is a flamingo, but that's just what reminds me of as a flamingo. And let's see, what other color do I go with? Red. Okay, we'll do, that's going to be needed sharpener. I did buy a new pencil sharpener. They were having a sale at a store. All the stuff was 50% off, so I got a color, a little pencil sharpener here. And this color here is Crayola Red. So let's see, where should we do the Crayola Red? Maybe outline these little lines right here. Basically, I'm gonna try to stick with pink is not necessarily my favorite color, but I'm just going with that because it looks like a flamingo to me. And the thing is, what's an interesting fact is, flamingos, depending on their environment, it's they're not always pink. Sometimes they are gray. It just depends on the environment that they're in. Florida, I think they're mostly pink because of the water area, but I think in other areas, like I said, they're gray. So. And this one here was just Crayola Red. And this one here was Orchard. So let's see. Get the pencil sharpener back out. If you hear somebody scurrying in the background, that's Daisy. She's been kind of getting into everything. This is just pink. So that's very suitable for flamingo. I'll probably try to go with this color the most for it. I've been kind of fighting allergies and fighting sickness, being sick. And then I just got over like a little bit ago before when I was at the time of the filming of this. I just got over a cold, and a lot of people in my area did. Go over that maybe like that. Let's see. Did we do the middle one in pink? That color pink. My hours have changed, so I might not be doing this, like, I'm trying to do this every other week now. And whether I continue this channel or not, I don't know. It just depends how I feel, because I have not been, like, as of right now, feeling the greatest. One thing I've noticed about this, too, is that the ink, I don't know if you can see it, kind of, like, smudges into the crayons. And, let's see, red on the little dots. Here's another one. This is salmon. Just sharpen it a little bit. And I might finish some of this just kind of off camera too, because I think this is supposed to be intended to be more of an advanced one. Oh, and put the pink back here too. There. Like more for adults. And I don't really want to color over it, but I'm just going to color over it just so I can get the... And today I am using, like I said again, Crayola. And let's see, where else do I want to put this? Maybe here? Yeah, that looks like a good place to put it. Add.
Hosting a tournament. We have to win. Cowabunga.
Yeah. Sometimes I do a double on the ads. Let's see what I do. Salmon on the little thingies. Salmon here, it looks like. I'll do that. And maybe salmon on this one. Probably should have done salmon here, but it's whatever. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging it. like I said, I don't know if you can tell here. It's definitely kind of like the colors on here. Ooh. Like the ink is definitely smudging. And I think with a higher quality coloring book, that's not going to happen. Where the colors like smudge. But like say if you're having a birthday party, or if you're having like an event, or you're going on a trip, and you're not looking to spend a lot of money on something, or have something where you don't care about losing the item, this would probably be a good thing to go with, just because then you don't have to worry about it. But if you're looking for more, like to do like more of a professional thing, I would definitely get like more of an expensive one. Usually around that, you spend like usually around 8 to like, let's say, maybe like 8 to, I want to say it like $10, maybe 12. I did see one on like on the Bradford Exchange for, ugh, I don't like that color. Let's skip that one over. The Bradford Exchange for like $23, and it came with the pencils, but it didn't really explain anything about the pencils or anything. And I was like, oh, I would get that, but again, I don't know, I don't have it in my wish list, but I think I would, I would like to get it. And it was a cat one too on top of that. Find more pinks. Just gonna wing it and grab. This is the Crazy Art. I'm gonna grab a couple more pinks from here. And one of the colors I do see the least of is purple. Purple seems to be a color that they don't make very much of. And I'll read the colors off again. Let's see, this one was Orchard, Salmon, Red, Peach, and just pink. And the one I didn't really care for was Pale Rose. And those are all from Cruella. And these are the Crazy Art ones. So we'll go with this here. Let's see if I have a tester paper. Does this look like tester paper? Yeah, we'll just use this as a... We'll go over here for tester paper. This is Wildfire. How that's Wildfire, I don't know, but it's Wildfire. So we'll go here. Add again. Okay, we're back this time. And this color here is Rose Pastel Pink from the Crazy Art brand. And I think this one's probably the most flamingo-like. I'm from Iowa, so we've never really... I've seen... don't think I've ever seen, like, flamingos out in the wild. I might finish this off with this one. Just so I can move on to like different parts. This one, I can't remember what I did with this one. Wildfire. And let's do the salmon. Like I said, I do like the smaller, detailed, actual, like, what do you call it? This kind of for like when I'm not usually doing this on my own. I usually don't like doing like when it's got a lot of details when I'm doing like color, like a stream, just because I feel as though it doesn't, it's like you don't really, it's because of how my setup, you don't really get to see like what the details are as much. Let's see how are we doing on time. We're doing 15. I'm not gonna try to go over like 40 minutes today. So if I finish this off stream, it will be on Instagram and probably my Discord. And all my links and socials are on my like profile. And as you can see, it's like it's definitely pushing. I don't know if you can see there, like through the paper. This here. And that's why I've got the card stack, just so it doesn't ruin the image on the next page. And where is this one here? The orchard. Try to get up in there, maybe. And the color this was orchard pink. And then we'll go. What was the last one I did with the salmon? Doesn't look too bad. Like I said, pink's not necessarily my favorite color. So then I got, let's see. I've got orange red, so I'm not gonna, I think I'm gonna stick with trying to get a yellow to do the beak. Let's see. That'll work. And this color is custard. Again, the color's kind of on the ink, it's bleeding into the color. And then it's like, I don't know how to explain the paper. The paper's kind of like, I would say, kind of like, you know, like when you get copy paper, that's what it's kind of like. It's like copier paper. And I think I'm gonna do this. Not gonna do like the leaves and all that stuff. I might do a blend on this one. Sharpened. And again, if you're triggered by, you know, scratching noises, probably wouldn't be the like stream for you or the to watch. Add. Okay, the colors I used there was purple and wild lilac. Now I'm gonna do the ones over with luscious lavender. Then I'm gonna do the green areas. And I might do this one in like a purple too, just to go coincide with the. See if I can maybe get that rid of that. I'm not liking that leaf, but I might not be able to get it off. So Maybe go over it with a marker later down the road. Or like maybe I'll use my better color. This is a Prismacolor grass green. There, that'll work. And there. The other one, this is Simply Green. So we'll do these in the Simply Green. I don't think I'll do the background at all, just because that's just so much coloring. This is Simply Green from the Crazy Art brand. Sorry if I'm not talking very much. I'm just trying to concentrate on getting this done in under 40 minutes. And I will like post the end results. I mean, it's not too bad, but again, it's just like I'm really having to work the paper. And it's like, I don't know, like I don't know if you can see, but it's definitely kind of like going through the paper. Maybe that one not color too. Add. That's the only downfall of using the copyright-free music is that it's like they play ads unless I join the membership, which I don't necessarily know I want to do because it's just, you know, it just seems like kind of like an inconvenience. There. And maybe, what color? And this is green, so we'll do these in a green. And this is from the Crayola brand. And these I might consider if it's like if I start doing more of these. Like if, you know, I get enough followers, just sending them off to people to whatever. But the one thing about the Dollar Tree is I've said this before in my previous video that I'll be, you know, I'm not sure when I'm gonna post by this time, but the one thing about like the Dollar Tree or dollar stores, you can actually, if you go to the better ones and the newer ones, find like a lot of crafts and things like that. Like so if you're having a birthday party and you just want to have them do a little project, you can just kind of go there and buy a whole bunch of stuff and have them do it for, like, you know, just something to occupy their time. Or if you just want to do a cheap craft. You don't necessarily, like I said, I prefer to spend better money on my coloring books, but that's just me. But you don't necessarily need to do that. Sometimes you just want to do, like, simple crafts or whatever. And I would definitely not, for this one, use markers. Because I'm pretty sure if you used a marker... Because some people do for their coloring books on, like, on their, like... on their channels, do use markers. I would not use, like, for this particular color book, like the Dollar Tree one, I would not use markers. Because I definitely think it would bleed to the page. And if you do, use, like, a cardstock, like a little thing that goes underneath. And my music is kind of glitchy today because our Wi-Fi has been kind of iffy all day. But it is what it is, you know. I'm not sure if I want to do that in a flower. Ooh, I might do a pink flower for that one too, just to coincide with the flamingo. And if you guys have any questions or anything, just ask, like, in the comment section or in my Discord or whatever. Now, I don't want to get too many personal questions, but just like about what I do, or if I don't want to answer it, I won't answer it, but I will try to answer it, like either in like the YouTube comments or like the Discord comments. Let's see, the screen. Find any other green around here. Okay, and that color that I just used was Simply Green. So then this is, oh, one more right over here. No, I don't want that one. I would actually like to see them like do like an adult version of a coloring book, kind of like how they do the ones, but like more adult. They have it where sometimes the colors are here You can pick it up and paint it, but at that point you might as well just buy watercolors and do it that way. And some people also do their color pages with watercolor. So it just depends on you have to really test the paper before you do it because it could leak through. Let's see, what color is this? Okay, we'll go with that. And this is Echo Green from the Crazy Art. I don't know if I really like this color, but I just grabbed it because it's like it said green. So usually I test them out. I might do kind of like a blend in with that green, just to kind of make it not so. Because I'm gonna do the water and blue, so I think that's what I'll do. I'll do that, and then I'll do this green, and kind of mix them together, just to kind of give it a difference. I like that a little bit better. That'll work better. I'm really having to like very much like push on this just to get it onto the page.
At Express Tags, we've got
Add again.
light tags, fire extinguisher tags.
Adds a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. Let's see if there are any more other greens in here. I'm gonna go with that one. Usually I have test paper over here, but I don't really feel like going up and getting it, so let's see. Peacock green. Green seems to be the most common kind of color that seems to be like, I don't know how to explain it, like that seems to be made the most. It's like green and red seems to have the most variety and the most kinds. This is summer green. And we'll do summer green down here. Just kind of filling in spaces with the summer green. Oh, this one, that was, what color was that? That was green. That was green, yeah. And maybe cover the summer green, go over a little bit with this too. Just because I think it's a little bit too blue. So we'll go with the summer green with this too. Color it, let's sharpen it. And we'll do this one. Like a little orange one. That can be an orange plant. Whatever that is. Usually I do yellow, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. I just kind of want to get through it. And I also forgot to do this one over here. And that one I might do in a pink, just to... Anyway, but I have a kind of like a story time. And it's like, if it's a trigger warning, if you're triggered by kidnapping. But there was one time as a kid that I was kidnapped. Or almost kidnapped. Anyway, because we were at I was on a family trip. And we were in the Black Hills. And all I remember was I was walking to go to the bathroom or go somewhere. Or walking from the bathroom. I can't remember if it was to the bathroom or from the bathroom. And this guy comes up and goes, "Hey, sweet thing." And kind of was like, I was like, "Oh, hey." And at the time, I look a lot younger, and I was very short, tiny as a kid. So I'm assuming they must have thought I was younger, because I think I was at least 12 or 13 at the time. And I'm like, "Hi," who are you? It's like, "Would you like some ice cream?" I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm just going back to the family. Like, "Are you sure?" It's like, "You sure you would like to get some ice cream with me? I could go and get some ice cream." I'm standing thinking like, "No, I don't want some ice cream." So like, "No, thank you. I'll pass." Like, "Thanks." And and it was very insistent and kind of grabbing my arm and kind of pulling me and kind of touching me, and kind of rubbing my shoulder and "Well, you sure have pretty eyes." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Great. Thanks again." He's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "No." And I think I kind of started making it really stink, and everybody started noticing. So he just kind of basically walked off and ran off. Because like I said, I was making a big stink. But then at this time, they did not really have stranger danger and kind of explain what to do. And it wasn't really explained to me what to do, so I was just like, whatever. But I'm just kind of always think what else would have happened if it's because I did kind of pull away from him and say, "Get away from me and leave me alone." What would have happened if it's, or if something else happened, with somebody else. Because I don't know, because he was really insistent trying to get me to go away with him and go and get some ice cream. And I was like, "No, I don't want any ice cream. Thanks, but leave me alone." But yeah, it's I just kind of always wonder about that. Because around that time, it's there were kids kind of going missing and people kind of going missing. But I never really said anything because I didn't know I was supposed to, because how am I supposed to know that about this guy? I thought he was being a weirdo. I just told him to leave me alone. I'm almost finished up on this, it looks like. So I'm just going to kind of do a blend here. Not do anything too fancy. Just because it's water. I'm assuming it's water. Then I think I'll call it a day on this, and that would be whatever. Let it be whatever. Sorry if I've forgotten some of the colors, but like I said, I'm just trying to get this done. I'm definitely having to work to do the paper and put it into the paper, the colors. So but yeah, it's I always think about that time, because at the time I didn't think to say anything in my family or anybody. But there's much more taught now, but now it's more I would say internet, stalking and internet, don't meet up with these people because you don't know. But I think I'm gonna call that a day and call that a win or a close or whatever you want to call it. But that's the finished piece. Like I said, it's I don't know if you can see on the cardstock, but it's it definitely did go through the paper. But so I'm gonna call that a win. I'm gonna sign it. But thanks for being with me if you guys are still watching this and stuff. But I'm gonna call that a finish. I could probably fill it in, color it in more. Maybe I'll do that later down the road. But like I said, I just wanted to get through this and get this done, because I've really had to work to get into the paper, and the ink keeps smudging into the. Like I said, it's for what it is. It didn't do too bad of a job, but it's whatever. But thanks for watching my show, and you guys rock glitter socks, and thanks for watching my show. So